How's it going, guys? It is I, Nepotai, and today we're continuing the playthrough of Doki Literature Club. Hopefully we get somewhere this episode. Alright, I guess I'll take that, as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you've wrote for us today? Sure, here you go. Give me the poem. I give my poem to Monica. Alright, this one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a total different person when she picks up a pen. I've noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just mean that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do. Alright, let's take a look. The colors that won't stop, bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless symphony, is it cacophony or symphony? I don't know. Of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. It's even more abstract than the last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. Kind of like playing with my space and on paper. Wait, let me just quickly... Did you say playing a vinyl on a pizza crust? That's why I don't write poems. That just sounds like shit to me. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of a poem. It's almost like magic. It's the way I wrote the lines really short. Makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it is about though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract as a physical expression of feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected might happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even on about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay. I can just skip past that part any case. Natsuki is next. I like your last one better. Really? Well, yeah, I can tell you were a little more daring with this one, but you're really not good enough for that yet. I felt flat. Coming from her, that's probably the worst thing she could say to me, because she knows about that. That may be true, but I just wanted to try something different. I'm still figuring this all out. I mean, I always like poems that aren't trying too hard. I hate when people try to sound fancy or add more meaning just by using annoying, complicated language. Just make a simple, cute, and to the point. Yuri's head over heels for all this cryptic nonsense, but I see right through that bullshit. Anyway, making the reader look so hard for all the deep meanings is just an excuse to have no meaning at all. I guess that's one way to look at it. Well, everyone has their own opinion, but my opinion is the best opinion. I'm sure you figured that well out already. She's full of herself, this little fucking dwarf. Anyway, here's my poem, maybe you'll learn something. You know what I hear about Amy? Amy likes spiders, itchy, wrinkly area, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she's like a spider. She likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. I am gonna tell everyone. Sounds like a snitch. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I thought I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. You don't like spiders. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they are being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of the poem is an ignorant joke. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure, something that you're afraid of people finding out. They'd make fun of you and think less of you, like a manga probably. But that's just what most people are stupid or whatever. Who cares about what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy. I think people really need to learn to respect others' likings, weird things. That's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about the unusual hobbies of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, yeah, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. That's okay. I struggle finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her if she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure, and Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I could say so. Even if she writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in my poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. I hope she dies. People should start dying off because it's too much work to read it to all of them. I like this one that time. There's some nice feeling in it. I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go with my heart. It makes me feel things when I must be a good poem. I'm not sure that that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Uh, why don't you at least try giving me some thought? Oh, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Uh, well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try and keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, something I like. Sometimes I like sad too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? Or what's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, sorry. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when I have a little rain cloud in your head, when you have a little rain cloud in your head, the sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow. Sorry, that's unexpectedly poetic, is it? Maybe I'm getting better with expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Neptune. I should write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Oh, they're starting to write more and more. I pop off my scalp like a lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams, little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one and out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle is a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams, friends after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering a secret, hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps, and it doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I opened up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out for each and every friend. Each and every bottle, but every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I can hear is echo, echo, echo inside my head. Well, what I get from that is that she always tries to make everyone happy, and with that, her happiness gets shattered. But let's see, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you that I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I've seen that, and almost kind of creepy. Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Oh, thanks. I feel like I wasn't meant to express myself this way. It's even helped me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing is the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sorry, I always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those things at times, but seeing the passion in the eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Okay everyone, we're all done reading each other poems, right? I have some extra plans for the day, so if everyone could come sit in the front of the classroom. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. We don't really have to do something for the festival. It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sari has been working on posters and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that sounds great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard it already. Well, we're going to be performing. Performing? What the fuck? I'm not doing this. Monica, yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But it's cool, the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. So already putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sorry who has been coloring a poster holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Oh well, I did. Do you really think it's such a bad idea? No. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know. There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it. Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no sorry. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask of them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess it's kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put in a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone that what your club is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right, and it's those reasons that we're all at this club today. Don't you want to share that with others to inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Saori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Saori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out together. But well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright, phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice. Oh, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh, it'll be fun, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting in front of each other. No way, Monica. This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite the poem in front of a club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no, don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through the notebook and specific poem she has in her mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of the poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins with a silent poem. Clear and confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before? It's simply unnatural. I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. I don't know. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Saori? I'll go next. Yuri fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quietly over to the podium. This poem is called Yuri's anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Marriage of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do it. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happened when Yuri got absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transformed into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she initiates with perfect timing. This must be the rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality, glances around as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first one to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards and Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud to her, but we were caught off guard that she must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for your share. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayuri hops onto the chair, Cliff walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. What? Is it Meadow? Yeah, probably. Sorry, I giggled. Sorry. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting it to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it will come the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sorry begins the poem. Somehow it feels like a soft voice was made for the perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's sincere and bittersweet. If I were to read this on a paper, I would probably think much of it. But hearing it come from somebody's voice almost gives me a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone's thoughts I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we all applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayori. Even Nepal liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem is really nicely. But it might be that other poems would work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gender delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you read. Oh, I know what you mean. That's well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. Next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little bit more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay, now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before net time. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let net time lower everyone's standards a little before I have to go. Natsuki, it's fine. I might as well get it over with, but it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to do it with what I wrote today. I stand up, step into the front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poems. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyways. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else, and don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about the lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, so yeah, maybe. But alright then. Just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called Why Are You Looking at Me? Because You're Presenting. Anyway, the poem's called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting a poem, her sad attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthusiased, a poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style. and it works surprisingly well when she's spoken out loud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She asks back to her seat. That wasn't bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Oh well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite your poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it will be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is. Well, I guess in that case, you don't have to have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming though. It might be hard, but I hope you all have an idea of what you like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before your festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Geez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Oh yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try and write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, and I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we have the weekend to prepare. Monday is a big day. Can't wait. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. Alright. Stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Saori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Saori? Yep. Look at you two always going on together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Geez, you guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice though. Well, I am supposed to respond to that. It's okay, Neptune, you don't have to say anything. Whatever, let's just go already. I walked down with Saori once more. Even though it's already been a few days, it's a lot of things have already changed. But today Saori is being a little quieter than usual in the way of Ashori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to, sorry, fumbles with the words. So let's just say that one day you'd be asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Yeah, I would walk home with Yuri. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does that thought make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it's been for her to socialize, I feel awful turning her down, so since she's beautiful and smart, that has nothing to do with it. It's just what I just said. You admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe, but I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you. Sorry. I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trials often I'm left feeling awkward. But it's kind of her fault for trapping me in the situation, in a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something I can make that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Is that a bit of foreshadowing, okay? Playground analysis. Yeah. Fireworks, ocean, imagination, universe, shopping, ribbon. Yeah. Disorientated. Unrestrained. I could also choose graveyard or put it on. Pout. Essence. Existence. Yeah. Doki, I don't even know what that means. Embrace. Unstable. Okay. No. That was for. Damn it. I thought I could get a Eternity, a nice streak there of 20 out of 20. Anime, comfort, journey, forgive, bouncy, wrath, uncanny, yeah. Judgment, secretive, memory. Okay, yeah, correct. Insight, black, destiny, determination, disown, vivid. Vivid, yeah. Extreme sensation, vertigo, crimson, papa, influential, extraordinary, uncontrollable. Okay. Damn it. Despise, fluffy, ambient, friend, infinite. Disarray. Massacre is this one. Think, yeah. Portrait, love. Okay. Peaceful together. Atone, yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. I don't even see what I clicked. Oh well. This one. Melancholy. Heaven sent, incapable. Let's say heaven sent. Infallible. Intellectual. Yeah. I did pretty good there. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry. Just walk into where you practice piano again. Yeah. Okay. I'm probably leaving this here, you guys. It's been a long episode, I guess. So I'm leaving it here. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, consider liking and subscribing. Hope we get to the fun part of the game soon. Because there's nothing I can comment on. Because it's so fucking stupid. But in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.